Hello, Cancer, my dear Cancerians, lovely crabs. I hope you guys are having a solid day so far. My name is Volk. I'll be your tarot reader for today, and we're going to do a monthly forecast for the month of August 2020. All right. So this is actually the first time I'm ever doing this on YouTube, along with the earlier zodiac signs that I've already covered, which you can see. You can go look for them if your moon, rising, or sun is in Aries, Gemini, or Taurus. So those videos are already up. But otherwise, Cancer, moon, sun, rising, Cancerians, welcome to the video. We're going to do an overview of the month of August for you. So it seems like, Cancer, you've been needing to drop a truckload of weight that you've been needlessly carrying on throughout the year as you're figuring out how to survive 2020. I think we're all trying to survive the year. You're not the only one, Cancer. You have to realize you're not the only ones that are emotionally distraught. And you might be particularly more sensitive. You might be very confused. You're having a hard time navigating the fog. And the full moon in Aquarius, which we had earlier this month, helped you release at least a portion of that dead weight from the past, from a lot of disappointments having to do with other people. Now, Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn are all in retrograde, so they're going at a slower pace. In your opposite sign of Capricorn, the 7th house. So what this means is, you might have noticed a lot of your relationships have been sort of maybe not falling out, but they've been kind of on hold. A lot of the people that you hold dear to, you've been having a hard time keeping up with them, or maybe there's some kind of physical distance. Some of you might be abroad, locked up, not able to travel back home or something like that. There's a possibility, Cancer, that you are probably emotionally confused as to why this is all happening and why you're not able to reach out and be there for the loved ones of your life. And so the answer to that, why is this all happening, you might think, well, all of these setbacks and the blocks, the obstacles that are in front of those relationships are there so that you can turn that energy around yourself, because you're needing to love yourself a little bit more, Cancer. And so Venus, the planet of love and harmony, of self-love and nurturing as well, in a more sensual way, not like the moon where it's on the emotional aspect. And a big cleaning truck is about to pass by. Just a second. We're going to wait it out. Boop, boop, boop. Are we done? Yeah. All right. Cancer, we know you love to clean too, huh? My Mars is in Cancer, so I can relate to that. I love a clean home. Makes for a happy ambience. I agree. Putting that aside, however, Cancer, let's look at the first week of August for you. Since we are a little bit late, I still would like to have a little bit of a look back and maybe have an overview of your first week. And so it looks like, Cancer, for you, for some of you Cancerians, you're trying to figure out how to prioritize certain things in regards to family and health, personal health. You're still having a little bit of trouble paying attention to the right priority, but you're figuring out how to do it. You're in that process. This is a card of Capricorn, so this might be pretty important to take note of, because it looks like you're, again, not taking care of yourself enough, but you're still taking care of other people. And being the nurturer that you are, you have this stupid tendency to overgive of yourself, and then you're depleted by the end of the day, and then you forget about your physical needs, right? So put your physical needs first, Take care of your health, your inner wealth. Maybe sort out your own finances. You don't have to be the mother Teresa for everyone. You'll take care of everyone in due time, but now's not the time. All of those relationships, again, people are removed from you for a little while, so you can spend that time right now on yourself. So the reason you're needing to spend time on yourself, Cancer, at this time, this very pivotal year, on this pivotal year of 2020, is because you're being set up for a sort of a re-trajectory. We're shifting lanes on the road for you as far as your professional aspect of life. And on the second week, for this week, Cancer, for this week of August, you're still confused. You're still confused. You're being tempted to escape your own reality. And that is not the time to do it. And I think that by the new moon later this month, on August 18th, when we have the new moon in your neighboring sign Leo, you're really going to start focusing on your real foundations, on your own personal values, on how you value yourself. And Venus in Cancer Venus in Cancer in your first house of ego and identity is really going to help you solidify that part of yourself and build upon that self-confidence that you're going to need when you're going to go back into bustling and hustling, which will be later, much later, not now. Now's not the time. Now's the time to clear the fog, to not be led by the emotions so much at the moment, Cancer. I think you're wallowing yourself. You're pitying yourself because you're doing so much for other people and you're kind of doing the same thing again. And you got to cut it out. And this is really important for you to navigate, to clear, to figure out. You need to not, you can't destroy yourself by your feeling of hurt. You gotta respect yourself to have some real priorities and say, and kind of accept the fact that you're given the space to focus on yourself a little bit more, Cancer. So let's see what's going on the third week of August for you. All right. Cancerians. You gotta be tender towards yourself. Nurture yourself. All right. Really important that you do that, because at the third week you're going to be feeling a lot more comfortable and you're going to learn how to enjoy what you already have and whatever's at your disposal, Cancer. You don't need to do so many things for other people and then wait for them to reciprocate, because you got to sort your cups in order. So if you want to understand what's going on in your life a little bit better, you might want to recalibrate what you need, and you need to put your physical and inner peace, your physical peace and your inner peace at a very balanced level, because you seem a little bit anxious, Cancer. So once you figure that out, you'll understand your trajectory in life and why it's shifting and why a lot of partnerships and one-on-one relationships are on hold for a while, all right? Until 2021, when we have the Aquarian age. But so everything's being on hold for you so that you can shift your focus to something more important that has to do with your physical body, your mental, and your spiritual, because towards the end of the week, by the third week, you're already going to develop better wisdom once you've cleared that fog, which you're currently in the thick of. So, how do we conclude the week? Not the week, the month of August for you? And August is supposed to be a very optimistic month, but you're still hanging on to what you're beating yourself up to understand. You want the answers on why you're feeling hurt, but you need to shift that feeling to hurt, that feeling of hurt, and mold it into self-nurturing. Uranus is in the 11th house for you for many years. So you need to be a little bit more faithful as far as how the future is going to play out for you, Cancer. You can't dwell on the past. Cancerians are very much a water sign that rules the past, because you rule the 4th house of the home and family and the mother, right? Your own mother and your grandmother, and you are bound to that nostalgic family life. Even though it might have been really difficult, you still had really good memories that you feel like they should play out again, and you're always kind of looking back at that, but not putting more attention to the immediate moment and your own well-being. And so when you put your well-being first, you can work on clearing that fog. And what did we say about the family home and nostalgia? You're at the end of the month. At the end of the month, I think you're learning how to not lead your life by nostalgia, but actually put that behind you, even though you had great memories and also a difficult childhood, which might be represented here in the 6 of Cups reversed as nostalgia that was very heartbreaking, and a past that was very difficult and that you keep replaying in your head. And it looks like you're finally overcoming that phase of, when is someone going to look out for me? And you're finally going to look out for yourself. Lots of water energy overall. We have the Moon, 9 of Cups, and 6 of Cups reversed. You're working on your spirituality at this time. You're really working on being emotionally mature, Cancer, and sometimes you're not quite the most mature out of all the water signs, because we have 2 Piscean cards and you're needing that Piscean wisdom. And I'd say Cancerians, because you're one of the early signs, you do have that innocence in you, that childlike immaturity, which can bring a lot of fun, but at the same time, sometimes you're letting the waves crash you, and you're overwhelmed and you're anxious and there's tears overflowing, and then you forget about waking the fuck up in the immediate moment. What is a theme card for you, Cancer? What's an outlying card for the month of August? What do you need? What do you need to pay attention to? Let's see here. And like I said, all of this is all of the relationships that are on hold or that you're unable to physically be with, they're all having that pushback so that you can focus on yourself, on learning how to love yourself a little bit more and pay attention to your own needs so that you can focus on having a concrete plan on your own life's progression, because you've been giving away too much than you've been receiving. another water card, and another Piscean card of that. So we had this card for another sign, actually. I can't remember who had it. But there's a need to really work on your wisdom, on your spirituality, and to remove yourself from other people. But you're not allowing it to happen, hence why it's in reverse. And so you're still clinging on to those old feelings, and you're having a really hard time. And the reason you are is because you're forcing an outcome that is not going to happen by obsessively thinking about what you want on an emotional level. But the reason is, the solution is to surrender and to go into the unknown. Go into the unknown. And by doing that, by trusting the fog, by not fearing it, by not feeling overwhelmed by it, you can build up the contentment that you need to feel at the time, to feel content regardless of your current circumstances, and to not have the past be the block by the end of the month, and to really to not, retain the good memories, and that's it, that's all. But first of all, you need to sort out your priorities, all right? What is important for you right now? What is important? Not other people right now. They're important, yeah, but you're more important. Get it? It's not that hard, Cancer. Well, it's hard for you because you're used to being the nurse towards everyone else. So the focus is to go within, to build, and really go within, and then be ready to go in the figurative sense, to go past this, the difficult upbringing or recent past that made you not feel so good, and you gave of yourself, and you still were not being treated right. And that's, we all have personal challenges like that in our lives. So what's in your subconscious, Cancer? The King of Cups. I mean, there's just an overwhelming amount of water cards. It's insane. The King of Cups in reverse. There's a strong lack of confidence based on your current emotional imprint. And like I said, all of this is happening so that you can start focusing on your own legacy rather than other people's legacy, because you got to respect yourself at some point, Cancer. Cheers to you for, putting up with a lot of shit. But all of this is happening so that you can have better understanding of life and comprehend that the idea that the world is not for you to fix. But you can help. Everyone is playing their part. You don't have to take on a bigger load than everyone else. So long as you want to help. See, that's the thing with Cancer, is you'll feel obligated to be there, the nurturer for everyone, but then you forget about the desire to have the time for yourself. So let's have one animal spirit card for you to conclude the reading. Mercury, I want to mention that Mercury right now, the planet of thinking, the cerebral mind, is also in the second house, in Leo. So you're thinking quite a bit about your own values, what you want to build, what you want to work towards, what you want to do for a living as well. You're pondering about that, and that's good. That'll help you focus on what you need and to clear that fog that you're navigating. But also, don't run away from not, if you don't have all the answers, that's fine. But if you can divert your energy towards what is important, finances maybe, what you want to maybe pick up as a job, what kind of passion project do you want to focus on? And we have the hyena, all right, for the insight card. Be careful to not be self-deprecating, all right? But also, instead of being self-deprecating and laughing at your own misery with other people, how about finding more light laughter in your life? Be a little bit more light on yourself. Laugh just find joy at the things around you. And also, maybe a little bit more self-deprecation is actually needed, because sometimes, Cancer, you think that, you're great and maybe people aren't paying attention to you enough for this and that, but sometimes a little bit of healthy self-deprecation is going to be healthy for you to understand that, all right, well, you're not going to achieve everything by tomorrow, but you can progressively get there if you are healthy about your approach, as to if you're realistic about what your skills are and have a little bit of humor in your, maybe, if you have a little bit of an inferiority complex or superiority, you got to bring that down a little bit and kind of laugh at yourself on and off, and not be so personally offended if someone makes a joke about you, okay? But a little bit of sarcasm is fine. A little bit of laughter, so long as you don't use it to beat yourself down over and over and over, and then it becomes a foundational value of mentality that is ingrained. Don't do that. Detach yourself from self-deprecation. You can make fun of yourself, but don't overdo it. So that is your reading, Cancer. That is it. I wish you great luck on healing your self-esteem. All right? You're going to need that for the long run. You're going to be a lot more empowered, hopefully, by the end of the year. And I love you a lot. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and to check out our Twitch broadcast at twitch.tv/IcyVolk for live tarot readings, which we do typically on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, yeah. And we typically video game on there as well. If you would like to support this content, you can always subscribe, leave your input in the comments section. And if you want to invest in this content and see it thrive and have me work on more content like this, then consider leaving a PayPal tip, which I will link in the description below. You can also join our community server at discord.gg/IcyVolk if it so pleases you. We welcome you there with open arms. Otherwise, have a lovely August. Cancerians, you'll figure it out, I'm sure. Stay strong. Signing out.